and welcome to what is going to be kind of a dual purpose video for me. So first and foremost, this is going to be an initially private video between me and Garrett, who sent in a few tapes for me to transfer. He's part of the whole lost media scene. But then after that, I will release this publicly, and if I can get his blessing, I will share a moment or two from the one tape out of 3 that I think I can do anything with that I have not actually transferred yet, hence all my gear here. That is tonight's project here, but I will get back to that. So this is also kind of a reason for me to just kind of give some further observations on dealing with moldy 3/4 inch tapes. It's just become kind of a thing with me lately for some strange reason. I'm used to dealing with moldy VHS and Betamax and open reel stuff, but 3/4 inch seems to be kind of its own game when it comes to this sort of stuff. Now, unfortunately, Garrett, of the 3 tapes you sent me, I think I can get one of them transferred. So let me discuss this a little further here. This looked like the real winner to me from Studio Tape Exchange, and I'll explain that a bit more in just a bit. But this was supposedly, at least, Rock Concert, Canadian Vocal / Animation, April 15th, 1979. Now, Studio Tape Exchange would reuse tapes, hence the name Exchange, and indeed, this used to be something else earlier in the 70s. And unfortunately, the label kind of gave on me when I was trying to work on this. But anyway, as I learned when I made the Ben versus the Cursed U-Matic tape video 2 or 3 months ago now, when I was working on that, the Webzini tape, the Matthew Frazzini thing, those tapes that a lot of these stations were using were very, very cheap bulk tapes, and a lot of times reclaimed ones. And what I've learned, the number one problem with that is the components, not necessarily the tape proper, but the components, the plastic parts, the rods and stuff in here are not very good, and they have not aged well at all. So if you saw that video that I did, I wound up having to move that tape into a new shell. I had to sacrifice one of my own tapes just to get that project over the finish line. So I wound up doing that again with this. This is just truly the empty husk of this thing. So 2 of the 3 tapes that I was sent were moldy, and in one case seems to have some rust on top of the mold. And that aforementioned mold/rusty one, moldy/rusty, I am not going to attempt at all. I'm going to say run that by a professional, but they might tell you it's a lost cause. These were in a lot worse condition than I was expecting. So anyway, I did do my due diligence on that Studio Tape Exchange one. Put it in a new shell from a major brand, so you know, Sony, Ampex, Maxell. They have much better components, just much more sturdy shells to work with. But as you can see, I could not get anything even remotely resembling an even wind for this tape. And as such, I am not going to attempt to transfer it. I know it's just not going to pass through the machine. Even after cleaning and subsequent baking and re-cleaning, I was getting no further along with this one. So unfortunately, this is a lost cause. I will send it back, however, in its new shell. So unfortunately, that just ain't happening. Now, the tape that I am not going to attempt here has been obviously reused many, many times. So this is supposedly from Channel 17, WZTV in Nashville. It's just labeled After Hours. But I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up too good. But that's it seems to be a mixture of mold and rust on this tape. So I'm going to guess that 2 out of the 3 tapes in this lot were just very, very poorly stored. Like, they came from Kentucky. I don't know if that's where they truly originated, but certainly Tennessee. You know, in that part of the country, if you just throw your tapes in the garage and it's real hot and humid, especially during the summer, yeah, guess what's going to happen? So, yeah, like I said, I will return this, and I'll put this in a bag with some silica gel packs and stuff in them so it won't get any worse. But yeah, I am not going to attempt this one. Within my own, just my own material and my own methods of cleaning, I know I can't do this one. So I'm going to send that back untouched. So tonight's project was the one non-moldy tape, and this is unmarked. I have absolutely no idea what's on this thing. I have no idea when it's from, given the smoky shell. I'd guess late 70s, early 80s. Now, I did bake this on Sunday. I'm shooting this video Tuesday night, so it's still a fresh enough bake. And I have run this fast forward and rewind, at least. I've not played it, but did a full fast forward and rewind pass through the U-Matic. Was great. No squealing, no broken parts, no bending parts, anything of the sort. So I think we're good to at least attempt this one. And with Garrett's consent, assuming it's YouTube friendly, assuming there's anything on here at all, I would like to run just a moment or two just to show everybody something from this project, anything at all. So otherwise, I think you've probably figured out by now that, yeah, I'm going to transfer the tape here. I'm doing just my usual pretty basic setup. U-Matic deck to my Hotronic time-based corrector, to my Sony Firewire interface, to my laptop, and it's a bit out of the shot, but I'm just going to use my regular living room TV as a monitor this time around. So anyway, I will talk to you again soon, and if Garrett is willing to let me run a bit of the tape, we'll do that. Otherwise, if you see this on the day it comes out, it's going to be a public domain theater live stream tonight. Hopefully I'll catch you then, or you can catch the back posting of it whenever you want, whenever you happen to come across it. It's going to be Teenagers from Outer Space. And why not? You know, back to school special. And aren't all teenagers from outer space? But anyway, yeah, I'm going to shut up here. I'm going to get to work on this tape, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Last year, used ESS. Last year, used ESS, Electronic Still Store. Up to 2,442 still frames, instantly accessible in digital video playback. That's a fair question. We've come up with ESS-2, and if you can spare a few minutes, we'll show you what it does for you. Once we can record real-time events on ESS-2, we can do wonderful things when we play them back. Just watch. We can vary speed from normal down to a creep or a complete stop. We can freeze instantly. Each disc pack contains up to 27 seconds of real-time recording. With 3 drives, you could play back 81 seconds of action. And of course, because you can record 1 frame at a time, animation or time-lapse effects are simple and successful. Television is a very dynamic business. Things change a lot. It's time for a change. And here it is. With this stylus in his hand, the artist controls an ultra-sophisticated electronic system which changes the whole world of television graphics. A, V, A. AVA, the Ampex Video Art System. This is AVA. And this is AVA.
Stock prices climbed today at an all-time record rate, reflecting buyer confidence in government anti-inflation measures. Trading was active, and volume was up as Dow Jones hit its high for the year. Fire destroyed a block of flats, leaving 23 families homeless. And in sports, the Giants and the Astros have at it tonight at Candlestick. These stories and more on World and Local News tonight at 6.
Consists of an artist console, which includes electronic tablet, a stylus, a picture monitor, and a menu monitor, and an equipment rack, which houses the picture memory and processor, the computer, Ampex disk drive, and power supply.
And finally, a special effect, animation. Yes, pseudo-animation is provided to add dynamic interest to graphics with a variety of effects.
Would be the answer to cutting cost. Let's take a look at this. We look at 3 states that have been under mandatory controls since about 1974 or 1975. We find that in the state of Connecticut, in comparing the years of 72 through 78, that the increasing cost per admission went from $1,056 to $1,699, an increase of 61%. And statistically, this is correct. But what's important to the patient is what they pay out for hospital care at the cashier.